Hi, I'm Demetrius and I am Technical Director for Stargate Worlds. I got involved with Stargate Worlds through the previous Technical Director.
He and I had worked on Earth and Beyond at Westwood. He had been looking, I guess, to move on from where he had been working in Chicago and heard about us.
He then let me know that the studio head was Dan Elgren and that the creative director is Chris Klug, and these are guys that I had worked with before, have a pretty high respect for, so I made myself available. It immediately interested me to say, hey, I wouldn't mind coming over, and the rest is, as they say, history.
Well, Demetrius is known as someone who is always honest and says what he thinks. That's my main memory of him at Westwood, is being in meetings with him where he would say the thing that maybe other people were trying to, slop under the rug a little bit. So that's a good thing.
I have to admit, I didn't watch Stargate on a religious basis, but I loved the movie, but didn't, probably because it started on Showtime, that I kind of lost it after the movie, and then when it came back to sci-fi, I was a little out of date with it, so I wasn't following it that well. But I've actually watched now up to season 8, and just huge fan now. Absolutely love it. I cannot wait to see what our creative team can do with incredible seed content that we can grow on. It's just going to be awesome. My week in and week out responsibilities are to manage the engineering team, to direct the technical direction of the game, to help the team stay at a high level, implement systems that help our customer, and our customers are art and gameplay. Our customer says, I need a system that can do abilities. It's my job to then work with my guys that go, well, that same system that we built for abilities could probably also be used for missions, for items. Let's try to build one flexible system so that we can more quickly help our customer get up and running instead of attempting to build 4 systems, one for each one of those. Therefore, it takes us 4 times longer to build it, that sort of thing. That's one of the responsibilities. The rest is, the day-to-day management and task prioritization. And I still code on the project because I get grumpy if I can't code.
Not only is he very intelligent, knows a lot about engineering, and has a lot of experience, he's also not one of those managers that likes to distance himself from the process. He likes to get down into the trenches. He likes to be aware of what sort of architectural changes the engineers want to make. Overall, he just likes to be involved.
The team benefits from having people that are extraordinarily passionate about building an MMO that is, for lack of a better word, right. They really have a passion and want to make sure that what we're doing is best for the player, is best for our content team, is best for our artists. They really believe that it's our job to build the canvas and then turn the canvas over to the artist to produce the best painting, or build the best canvas and turn that over to the world builder to put the world together on it. They're really passionate about building the best canvas they can, not what's on the canvas. And I think that's an important distinction for an engineering team.
I mean, we're always laughing about something, it seems.
They use the mini-map as an example.
Sorry.
I'm on board, Demetrius, with everything you just said. Stargate Worlds is going to be a stellar game.
The hardest part probably spans, right now, getting my head kind of wrapped around how big this game actually is. I've been here roughly 45 days now. I'm still drinking from the proverbial fire hose, if you will, of trying to get my head wrapped around everything that's going on and try to get things flowing in a direction I feel they need to be flowing in. From my perspective, Stargate makes an excellent MMO because of the seed data that has been left by the writers of the show. They have all these really interesting worlds that they've taken us to throughout the series, in the movie, and there's every single one of those worlds we could build out, because you can't do it in a half-hour to an hour TV show to build it out as deeply as we can. You've seen Talana in the series now 3 or 4 times maybe. We're going to take that and build that completely out, fill in the backstory, understand what's going on there. The Goa'uld is pretty well talked about in the series, but we can go even deeper than that. The Asgard, they're part of the show. You know, there's some interaction there, but we can take it so much more, so much deeper than what the show can, simply because we can take sections of those pieces and build them out really deep and make them an immersive gameplay. The thing I look forward to the most is getting into beta. The excitement that goes around getting a product to at least close beta and getting it out there so that people start getting feedback, watching the boards. For me, I mean, being a technical geek, I love that portion of going from your alpha content to your beta content, because that's when all the cracks in the dam start showing up. That's when you get to find out how good you actually did, because things work great when you have 100 people on a server. When you start putting 5,000 people on a server, all kinds of things can show up. And it's technically challenging and addictive at that point, because the problems come up and you really get to test how quickly and how maneuverable you've built the system. You find out something is a problem, you immediately can identify how much flexibility you allowed yourself in that system so that you can address the problem as quickly as possible and move on to whatever the next issue is going to be. It's a lot of thinking on your feet, and I think I enjoy that section of the scaling process a lot. Not as much as ship, but because shipping the game's always nice too.